I want the people of America to be able to work less for the government and more for themselves.
It's a wonderful time to be alive.
Let us be shy no longer.
Mercury, radio, art.
We'll be the king, we will be the king, we will be. We'll be the king, we will be the king, we will be.
Things going back in a very healthy direction.
We will be, we will be, we will be, we will be.
Entertainment, enlightenment.
We will be.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
Hello, you sick, twisted freak. It is Friday, and I'm glad you're here. We have to go right to the crotch grabbing and rap up on the Blaze yet, because I have to prepare myself a little bit. It's not there yet.
It's coming
right?
soon, apparently. The reports are
All right.
from the Blaze offices.
Because I just got a note from the Blaze. They said they're posting this, and this the crotch, just the warning. It said, Glenn, warning, crotch grabbing. God help us all. That's a sin. And that's something that we'll be watching Jeffy do. Notify the authorities. Jeff Fisher has been there.
I can't prove that.
Disturbing. So why were you saying this was disturbing, Stu?
So if you start showing your nipple on the air, we're gonna be
Yes.
definitely cutting the cameras. Yes.
I mean, it's really. Oh, I can't tell you how excited I am that I'm here. It feels good to me. That's why I'm growing my breasts so large.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Yeah, I was wondering.
I was thinking there for a while I might be pregnant, but it turns out I'm not. But I'm just ready in
Are they
case.
tender?
They
right
are
now?
a little tender right now, and I think. Well, they're not gonna. I don't think they'll ever produce milk, but they might produce licorice at some point.
I think just gravy comes out of mine.
Is this too far? Is this too much?
It's a tad.
Is it too soon? Is it too soon on the breastfeeding story to start making fun of it?
You're just a couple thousand miles past the exit. That's all.
Okay. All right. Right. Well, let me tell you something. If I could just get my breast into my mouth, if it would actually produce like red vines, I'd never leave the movie theater.
Just say no to breastfeeding.
Tomorrow, we're going to show you, Pat just saw them, they are, for me, the most horrific things I've ever seen.
I don't like it either. God, I don't know what we're going to do.
And the reason why you need to see them is because you need to have the evidence that this is happening. And it's not a movie. To actually view them, hold this information yourself, that should be a giant wake-up call.
I mean, I understand they're unusual, but why is it a bad thing?
May I say, do it now. It's a lot easier. We've got to do things that just have to be done. And I'd rather do it myself than have a progressive in there, unless you're willing to do it at the very top. I want a constitutionalist in there, at least one that leans that way, not the other way.
Then I was like, there we are. Now I'm there with you.
And if you pull out, that's when you rise above it. So they're way out in the open. I will point to it. You know what? Guy stuff is good. Some may claim that some went home with somebody who was on this show.
I didn't.
Huh.
Did you
I
have
don't
any,
mean
Pat?
Would you have any knowledge of that? Because Stu and I don't.
You just better join with me. It could be Pat that did that. It could be Stu.
I bet it was Stu. I'll bet you
I
it
bet
was.
it. Yes, it was.
I'll bet it was Stu.
What? Wait, what?
Some might say that.
Why would they say that?
And they didn't wind up where they were intended to wind up.
Saying that some might say that I'm having an affair. May I just remind you, only does one show a day, so I don't know what he does with the rest of the time, but apparently it's not homework. And he's there.
Why are you getting on Matt Lauer here? I mean, he's
Because
reporting it, right? I mean, he's getting in there eventually. I mean, the horse found the water.
Right, there's the water. What you really mean is you want violence. Somebody just hands it to you over and over again.
Right.
You have all of my love.
Thank you. Right. I felt it deeply.
Wow.
Did you?
Really
that time we had enough time to reflect.
I don't know
on
if
all
I had
things.
enough. Could we get a little more? Is that possible?
Let me give another dear.
Okay. That was some deep reflection.
Yeah,
that
one hit me.
That one
hit
really
me hard.
impact you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. Deeply in my soul.
And they are revealing themselves. So when you have these things that are glaring you at the face, maybe you want them from your guy, just not the other guy. But it is important that you consume it and you allow them to do something back. It is natural. This is all a charitable adventure. We'll help each other there. The tools that we have at our disposal are limited.
He wants more tools.
I need more tools to be able to affect that. Here's what I suggest. All of them.
I find that happening all the time.
All the time.
About it, though. They want it. They desperately desire to have a movement that supports what they believe that's so inspiring and wonderful that they can brag about. And the bottom line is these people, they have to separate themselves from themselves constantly because they can't stop raping each other.
Sponsor this half hour is LegalZoom.com.
Just right into the
No, I don't think you need a I don't think.
Not after those evil lemonade stands, people. I'll tell you that.
That's a very good point.
Beck came out for anal intercourse on his Monday's broadcast.
He knows how to do that.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Remember when you came out so strongly for anal intercourse?
That'll go down in the but the annals of recorded history as one of the greatest shows we did.
Yes.
It will go down as one of those shows you were like, I said, I strongly believe in this. I believe it should be the only kind. I'm all for it.
All about it. And there should be no other sort.
So was it, hang on just a second, coming out and that's the only kind of sex anyone should have. Okay. We're not going to release that. No.
That's after. Still, that Rumsfeld plague.
That's after Romney gets in. Oh, I could.
You want to hear more?
We could talk about, the possible lint amount that is in people's belly buttons.
Toe jam.
It really is.
It's not tough. This really is not difficult.
How hard is it to be in bed with homosexuals?
If you use your noodle, half your noodle, you're going to be able to beat Barack
noodles
Obama.
are awfully salty, but also kind of sounds delicious. I'm just saying. I don't know, hot stuff or whatever. He got hooked on it, and that's why he's trying it in several different countries.
Cashier asked, have you tried it yet? It's pretty bad.
And they tried it anyway?
They tried it anyway and agreed with that analysis.
I'm willing to try it.
For science. For science
I will tell you that I had, I believe, the best I've ever had just last weekend. We'll give you that tonight on GBTV. You'll be blown away. But Stu is exactly right. When they came in and they all sat around, I said, guys, I told you it's got to be wow. It has to be able to be something that people watch and say, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, look at that. And it's not just eye candy stuff. Really sleazy and dirty.
Maybe Gary Johnson has something to do with this.
I knew Gary Johnson
is behind everything.
Pisses me off.
Man. Gary Johnson, but he's too crafty to do it directly.
There he goes again. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He knows how to do that.
And he didn't bury it. He put it up front.
He did.
So,
all right. But the other way to look at it is let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I know it comes in a big box, but it's only one. I think it's one of the look at how big the challenges I think we've ever laid down. Such a large flying penis. Holy cow. Spent the next hour walking around going, okay, wait a minute. Okay, I think we can do this.
Yeah.
Holy cow. It's going to be neat.
Yeah, it comes in bits and pieces, so it's kind of hard to, I don't know, to visualize. And then another very interesting poll, Rick Santorum tops Barack Obama.
They want Rick Santorum in that position.
Both polls, two separate organizations, which makes it a little bit, maybe it's not just one, poll that is bad for Obama. It seems like there might be something going on here.
Here's why this poll is different than all the other polls that we did last night that was late in the show, where I actually took people around and showed you kind of the tour. But that's not the only thing that you're being hit with now. Guy stuff isn't good. I've never liked hot stuff.
I didn't either.
Yeah, never liked hot stuff. Everyone's like, wait a minute, gun porn. It's a newfangled idea. I gotta be there. But thanks, Uncle Mike. Yes, I got it. Where is it? It's in a box. Good. Keep it in the box. When you pull it out, the minute you start to feel like you are the one. Whew, I have been restoring love. I bet they have one.
I don't know about that.
Don't take it from me or anybody else. I don't know. I have a problem with that one. You guys have a problem with that one? If it's going against what you're saying and you're not exposing what you're doing, I got a problem with that one.
Of course,
obviously. I know your wife likes you plump, but
I still am plump.
Oh yeah, very. Let's be honest. You're still
there's
okay.
Some
I think your wife wants you fat. I think your wife wants you fat. But I also don't want somebody else. That's what's dying. And they start to, once they understand it, they're in. Or are they doing this? What should it be? Because they'll make that happen. They'll do it. You've done it for your retirement. When you pull it out, you're going to pay it. Do you want that for retirement? Because that's what we're talking about.